At some point, we're going to have to realize that the bank is not our friend, and that things like CBDCs are not going to work very well. They're just not going to be accepted. In fact, a recent poll shows that less than 16% of Americans actually want to see the CBDC or Central Bank Digital Currency implemented within the United States. And this is a huge problem for our overlords that think that they want to control everything that is happening inside of our lives. Now, I'm going to talk to you about two things today that are actually going to be very important, and they are interconnected and should give you a perfect example of what we can expect. But before we do that, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. It does help the channel. Make sure that you are still subscribed if you're seeing this for whatever reasons. I also want to talk to you about PrepStock, which is happening the first week of October. There's a link below. You're adults, do what you want with it. But there is actually a savings code. It's July 30, all one word. And I believe it saves you 30% off up until the end of July on all tickets. So you might want to take a good hard look at that one. And lastly, I want to thank the Patreons for giving me the ability to make these videos for you guys. If you're not a Patreon, do me a favor. There's a link below, and I'll leave that to your discretion. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So CBDCs are not just about government control of your money. What it really means is control of your money by the banks. Now, there's currently 5 major banks that pretty much control the Fed. They control everything, guys. And if you don't know this and you're more worried about government overlords and controlling your money, and if you didn't vote right, then there's no money for you. It's all gone. If you're not worried about those kind of things, hey, we're good to go. But here's the thing. When it comes to digital currency, not only would the government be able to control your money, they can control the amount of money that you have in your account. They can control funds that if you didn't spend, they would take back. They can do a lot of crazy things once the currency or once your money becomes digital. And if you think they can't do it, you might want to look up history and find out how quickly they actually can do these kind of things. Now, the banks will have a lot of control. In fact, they can turn things on and turn things off all without any interference from our government overlords whatsoever. If they just decide that they don't like the way you're talking on the internet, or if they decide that your social media presence or credit score, your social credit score isn't high enough to maintain an account, they can close your account. They could limit access to your money. They can do a lot of things. I don't want to talk about doom and gloom. I want to talk about legitimate issues that actually are happening right now. And that leads us to the second thing that I want to talk to you about today. So if you don't know who Nigel Farage is, he is the leader of the Brexit movement in the UK. And he basically was the guy who made it all happen. He served in the European Union. I think he just was a businessman who got involved in politics to where the European Union was destroying the United Kingdom. So he got involved. He had caused Brexit. He organized, and he did some really, really good work. Well, apparently the banking overlords don't like that. And as of a couple months ago, he started getting phone calls saying that, hey, we really don't, you can't bank with us anymore. We're going to close your account. Well, why is that? We'll send you a letter. You know, being English, he's like, okay, stiff upper lip and all. So they sent him a little letter saying, that was supposedly going to explain it, and it basically said, we're just closing your accounts. What has actually happened, and there's still some speculation to this, but this should link you back to CBDCs. But what has basically happened is he has become what they have labeled a PIP, or a politically exposed person. Now, what does that mean? It means that the banks see him as some kind of financial risk, which doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever. It's his money. It's in his bank account. It's in his business account. It belongs to him. I don't understand how politics would have anything to do with it. But it is a term that they're actually using in the banking industry now. And they're finding people that they don't agree with, or they believe that could be, or they're labeling them as people that could be not good for their business. And obviously we know that means being associated. You know, if they find out, you know, that so-and-so has saying all this stuff online, and then now, we can't be identified with these. What if they find out that he's part of our bank? Close that account, guys. And that's exactly what's happened. Ironically, because they know that what they're doing is wrong, he had made a statement yesterday saying he would explain it all on his show. And 15 minutes before his show went on, the bank actually called him and said, "Hey, listen, no, we're not getting rid of you because you're this guy, or you've said this, or you've done this. It's just not going to be good for the bank." But then once again, never explained why it's not good for the bank. So obviously there is some ideological differences between the runners or possibly shareholders of that bank and Nigel Farage. Now, what does that mean for us? You're like, LP, what does that mean? Here's what it means, guys. If you take CBDCs and you take what has happened to Nigel Farage, and he has actually said it out loud, and I'm going to repeat it. If you don't have a bank account, you don't exist. In today's world, if you don't have a bank account, you don't exist. You don't have the ability to be paid by your employer. You don't have the ability to cash a check. You don't have anything. And they finally figured it out. Now, this is extremely dangerous because once they start doing it to one person, they'll start doing it to everybody. And when they've got all the people taken out that they want to take out, that are all at the top level, all the blue chip guys, they're going to come after you. That's what they're going to do. And I'll leave you with this question. If they can do that with a single person and a single bank account, do you think they can do it to you with CBDCs? Hope this video's got you thinking. And remember it, in the end, it's water, food, security. All right, guys, until the next time, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button down below so the algorithm knows we were here. Bye-bye.